Welcome to your horror podcast. Here, you will not only listen to real stories or interesting facts about urban legends and myths that will chill you to the bone, but you will also learn and expand your English vocabulary. Remember, you can enjoy this tale with your headphones on or while doing your chores. Get comfortable and enjoy the video. If we look for a scientific and biological answer, no, mermaids do not exist. There's no physical evidence, skeletal remains, or DNA tests to confirm the existence of a human-fish hybrid. However, the myth is so powerful and universal that it has fascinating explanations from history and biology. Here's why they exist in our imagination and what people actually saw. The sailor's error manatees. The most accepted explanation by historians is that sailors, after months at sea, with poor diets and sometimes under the effects of scurvy or rum, mistook real animals for women. Manatees and dugongs. These mammals belong to the order Sirenia. From a distance, their silhouette can look human. They have mammary glands in a similar position to humans and can lift their heads vertically out of the water. Columbus's testimony. In 1493, Christopher Columbus wrote in his diary that he had seen 3 mermaids, but he mentioned they were not as beautiful as they are painted, for they had some human features in their faces. He was likely seeing Caribbean manatees. The aquatic ape hypothesis. There is a pseudoscientific theory suggesting that a branch of hominids evolved to live in the water. Important fact, a few years ago, an Animal Planet documentary called Mermaids, the body found presented this idea as if it were real. It was so convincing that many people believed it, but at the end of the show, in small print, they clarified it was fiction. Mythology, not always beautiful. The image of a woman with a fishtail is modern. Ancient Greece, originally sirens were bird women. They were dangerous beings who lured sailors with their songs, so they would crash their ships against the rocks. Atargatis, the first mermaid in history, comes from Assyria, approx. 1000 BC. She was a goddess who, out of shame after accidentally killing her human lover, threw herself into a lake to become a fish, but her beauty was so great that she only transformed from the waist down. As I mentioned before, we have only explored a tiny fraction of the ocean. That uncertainty is the perfect breeding ground for legends. In Japanese folklore, there are the Ningo, which are much more terrifying versions of mermaids with the faces of monkeys or fish far from the aesthetic Disney image. If the Disney version is a dream, the original mythological versions are a true nightmare. In ancient legends, mermaids didn't want to be part of your world. They wanted you to be part of their diet or their collection of souls. 1. The Rizalki Slavic mythology. In Eastern Europe, Rizalki are the ghosts of young women who died violently or drowned. They come out at night to dance under the moon. If they see a man, they lure him with beauty and laughter, forcing him to dance until his heart explodes from exhaustion, or simply dragging him to the bottom to serve them for eternity. 2. The Ningyo, Japan. Forget the beautiful face. The Ningyo is a hybrid between a large fish and a human with a monkey's mouth and razor-sharp teeth. Eating its flesh grants eternal youth, but at a terrible cost, watching every loved one die for centuries while you wither inside but never pass away. 3. Sedna, Inuit culture. In the Arctic, there's a terrifying sea goddess named Sedna. Her father threw her off a boat and cut off her fingers as she tried to climb back in. Her severed fingers became the seals, whales, and walruses of the ocean. She lives at the bottom, and when she is angry, she traps the animals so humans have nothing to eat. 4. Homer's Sirens, Greece. Their island was surrounded by piles of white bones of sailors who had rotted under the sun while listening to them sing, forgetting to eat or drink. 5. The Fiji Mermaid, P.T. Barnum's hoax. In the 19th century, people paid to see real mermaids. In reality, they were macabre creations made by sewing the top half of a young monkey to the bottom half of a salmon. In almost every culture, the dark mermaid represents the danger of temptation. The sea is beautiful, but it can kill you, and the mermaid is the personification of that treacherous beauty. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel to learn more vocabulary every day with interesting topics of horror, legends, and real facts. See you in the next episode of Let's Talk English podcast. Good night.